Hola, me llamo Senorita Stacy. Welcome to my virtual classroom. Today we'll be doing an art project that celebrates the Mexican festival Day of the Dead. The Day of the Dead is not a Mexican version of Halloween. So there's not any witches, there's not any devils, there's not any ghosts or anything like that. It's simply a time, a festival for celebrating the people who we love who have passed away. So it's not meant to be scary. It's not a cult. It's actually a Catholic celebration. Mass is a part of it. The Mexican people would go to Mass. They would make altars for their loved ones that included things like marigolds, candles, the colors of the candles being significant. And they would include food that they would give to, like, offer to the person, the food that that person liked, and they might even include items that that person loved when they were there. And they would also include little skeleton dolls or masks, and they would also make the sugar skulls. So we'll be making the sugar skulls today. A lot of times they would write the name of the deceased loved one on the head of the sugar skull. So you'll see me doing that for members of my family on mine. The altars, however, were not altars of worship. They were just offerings to those people and ways to remember the people who have passed on. The Mexican Day of the Dead is a day of celebration. It's not about fear. It's the acceptance that death is just a part of life. It's not the end of life. It's a continuation to the next stage. So I hope you enjoy this project. I hope you'll research this culture more, and I can't wait to see your sugar skulls. We will need sugar, egg whites, icing, and wax paper. Okay, we're going to start out with 4 to 6 cups of sugar, and then we will add our egg whites to it. I'm not using real eggs, so I'm just going to pour a little egg white into there and mix it up with my hands. You want to mix it and wedge it until you get it to the consistency of like a good wet sand on the beach that you're trying to make a sandcastle with. Alright, now I'll make me a little ball. I'm going to look at the shape of a skull. And I know that down at the bottom it comes down kind of like that. So I'm just going to pinch the inside to make that chin part of my skull. Then I'm going to take my fingers and go in for the eye sockets, and then one for the nose, a smaller one for the nose, and you know, it's kind of like a little triangle. And then I'm going to take a little knife and do my teeth. And there we have our first sugar skull. And here we have all of our sugar skulls on wax paper. Okay, so our sugar skulls have dried overnight. You want to let them dry for about 24 hours. And then you're going to be ready to decorate them. We're using writing icing. That's what I'm using. You could use a paintbrush and food color if you don't want to go out and buy a pack of this. And we're just going to use it to decorate. I like for mine to be somewhat symmetrical, but it's not absolutely necessary. If I use green at the top, I want to repeat it here and there. A blue swirl. The black did not come with the kit, so I had to buy one little tube of black. And as we discussed, a lot of times they would put the name of someone who has passed on up here. I've already done one for my mom and dad. This one I'm going to do for my brother, whose name is Mike. I'll pick it up and get closer to it. So a lot of times they would put the name of that person on the top of the skull. So here we have the sugar skulls I made for my parents and my brother and my aunts and uncles on my mother's side. I put their names on the top of their skulls to show who they were. Here you have the altar that I made for my mom and dad again, and it's an offering, not an altar of worship. You see their photograph, my mom's Bible, my dad's fishing cap, a piece of one of my mom's shirts, some of their favorite foods. Mom loves strawberry sundaes and BLTs, and also the marigolds, the mask. The little angel used to sit beside my mom's bed as well as my grandmother's, and their sugar skulls. I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and I hope you will make your own sugar skulls with your family to honor a deceased loved one that you want to remember. With love and joy.